We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Down, 30 base.
I got him. He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness. Did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the ready.
54. Mike, 54.
Pilot, 64. Wings to go.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Going to run the jet sweep. Callaway with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
54.
X3. 218. Chop it. 54. Like.
This is Breida. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And when a free safety goes like he did there, he better be sure he's going to be able to make a play.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, because I have a feeling that the defensive coordinator and head coach are on the sideline screaming, no, no, no. Good play.
Yeah, good job,
play. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game. But sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect.
Check hot route. Hot. Hey, check it.
He's checking. Crash.
Alert.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Check it. Check 52. Hey, Alabama.
Watch out.
Hey, 66.
Check 26. Check
28.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described, and I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offensive backfield.
Brady's throw there complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Give me some.
Go on. No, 66.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Hey, 53.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Hey, check it, reload. Hey, 20.
Let's go, D. He's coming. We got double up. Check 31.
Alert.
Slam. 25.
Hold 50.
Switch. Check 3. Watch twins.
Go on. No, 66.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones. Touchdown number 22 on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's a party now.
Ready.
They run with Breida. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
49er, first down. First and 10.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10, down at the 31. Here's Breida. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Mike 5-4. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 54. Mike 50. Go.
They'll look to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He can.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dee Ford in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
56 to Mike. 56
On first and 10, here's Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the first half. All knotted up at 7. Brady's got his guys first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him.
Now Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, check 3, check 3. Watch twist. Hey, alert 3. Check them 7.
Regular.
Crunch.
Shadow, check it.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, box truck. Hey, check it.
Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8.
Check.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down.
Mike 54.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 56.
Check it, reload. Hey, Delta. Alabama.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Strip that ball. Check.
from the gun. It's Brady. This to Jarwin. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
72. 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, high 7.
Mike, 56. Right there. 56. We got to get the ball.
Goal 50. Goal 50.
Throwing again on second down. Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Brady now on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Set up. 8, read.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
5.
They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And it's complete. Hooper. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Go.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Hey, Echo.
Here we go. Alert 3.
80 weapon. Go.
Back to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side, and he goes out right around the 39. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
56, Mike, 50. Hey, Wahoo! Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 56 is Mike. 56 is
Play action. Now it's Brady. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Alpha, alert! Check 56. So we got man. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 72.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line.
And the Buccaneer first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Sweat. 36.
Jones.
Kill.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tighten up. No. Jim. 53 in there. Jim. Sugar. Switch. Hey, check it. Check. Lucky. Chef. Watch the edge. Check 50. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. SOS.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 23 here on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. They'll begin the drive with Breida. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second and 3. Being chased out left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. And you hate to say it with the rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Niners on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. At the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball.
On first down, here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 13. That'll be caught by Rice. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Single.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Mike spot 4.
Protein spill.
Here we go.
49. Get it.
They'll drop the throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. This quarterback now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Back to throw here. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Now Gold for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, 49ers 17.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, goal 66. Sugar.
Brady going to look to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw